Hey, what's up everybody? What's good? I'm Joe. You're watching the MatsuXL, and today we're going to get into how to edit video for something like YouTube. So go grab a piece of paper, grab a pencil, grab a drink, sit down, take some notes, because by the end of it, you're going to be putting out high quality content. So let's just not wait any longer. Let's get straight into it. Let's go. So first, I want to preface and say I'm going to utilize some free applications that are available to Mac users or Apple users. And the reason I do that is because a lot of my production is done through Apple, whether it's through an iPhone, an iPad, or a Macintosh, MacBook Air, MacBook Pro. So the idea is I want to show how to use free content. Now, for those who have looked into, I've used applications like Slice for like the iPhone. I've used some of the other free applications like Hit Film Express. I personally am not satisfied with those applications for different reasons. HitFilm, I just had a hard time trying to get my phone recorded videos imported but I had so many issues with codecs and things like that. I got tired of it. I didn't even want to train anyone on how to use it. I looked at Splice. I've used Splice in the past before when it was a free option. Now they're at a weekly subscription. And to be quite honest with you, a weekly subscription costs $3 a week, $2.99. And the reason I advise against it, because for a lot of people who are probably watching this, or even if you've been doing videos for a while, unless you're making revenue, you don't want to spend money at this time. Use that money to upgrade something else. I look at it this way. Splice is $3.99 or $2.99 a week. For about a year, you're spending about $150-ish a year, or about maybe $12 a month. And be quite honest, you could spend $20 a month and get a subscription to Adobe Premiere, which is one of the industry standards in film editing. Or in 2 years' time, you could buy a full license edition of Final Cut Pro, which is the other industry standard in film editing and video production. And I don't think it's really justifiable for a lot of people who are starting out to spend money like that on a service that you could easily supplement for free. So whether you have a GoPro and you're recording using the Quick app, which is a great app to edit, or you're doing it on the free 99, I highly recommend iMovie. It's a great introductory to some of the techniques that you will learn for video editing. So in this video, I'm going to go and show you how to use iMovie on a Mac in order to get some of the stuff done. So I've done enough talking, I've done enough feeling. I'm just going to start getting right into this training, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Again, before we get started, I just want to remind you, like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. I love making these videos for you guys. All right, now let's get into it. So here is, I'm going to record how to do my setup. Why do I have a light on? I don't want to flash. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Joe with MatsuXL, and I'm actually showing you really quick my streaming setup. I have my Nikon D5500. The Rode mic, unfortunately, because it's not shielded, you get a lot of noise. So instead I use this blue mic, and I use OBS to help capture the video, my screen, and also delay audio and stuff. But this is my setup. How cool is that? Okay, so I recorded that video, right? And I'm going to do a little bit of B-roll at the same time. So when I do B-roll, I actually record video really slow. I try to do at least 30 frames or 60 frames a second, so then I can slow it down. And so then what I do is I actually highlight a product that I use. Whether I circle around it, just so you can really kind of capture what it is. And I'll use that as part of the video. So here's the Rode mic. So now I have a quick videos. I'm going to airdrop it to my Mac right now, and I'm going to open up iMovie while that's airdropping. We're back. All right. So now I went ahead and I opened up iMovie. And so what I'm going to do is on my other screen here, I'm actually going to my downloads, and I'm taking those 3 videos I airdropped, and I'm actually going to add them to here. And that's how simple it was, actually. Like, how simple was it just to drag and drop versus trying to use that hit film, which I was just like, I wanted to kill myself. So here's my video. So you can really see right now, here's audio, video. I can just hit play or space bar. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Joe with MatsuXL, and I'm going to show you really quick. It's going to start playing. I have my Nikon D5500. So here's that video, and then here's the 2
videos I did for B-roll. So the nice thing about iMovie is you can really work with your space. I usually say move the timeline up so you can really work on your space. So what I'm doing is I'm going to layer video on top of it. So like right now.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Joe with MatsuXL. Really slow. Showing you.
Actually, this audio. So here's a little trick with iMovie. You see this little line right here? Let me see if I can zoom in on it. So this little slider is your zoom. Is actually only zooming it wider. But if you see when you move your cursor on this line with the 2 dots, this is actually your volume, the gain level of the volume of the actual clip itself. So this B-roll, I don't want this audio over my original audio track. So I'm just going to click it and bring it all the way down to 0. So now this B-roll shot is going to be quiet. And then also, I don't need this extra part of that B-roll. So what I'm going to do is actually just trim this. Now I can either come all the way to the beginning of the clip and drag this over to where we want to trim it. Another option too is if you have the blade option, and it looks like in iMovie you don't. Should be a way to right click. Here we go. Cool. So I'm going to move my cursor here, right click, our secondary click, and you can actually do trim at playhead. So this cut off that first half. I'm going to undo, and I'm actually going to do show clip trimmer. Close. Oh, it did the same thing. In reality, oh, it's a transition. Interesting. It's been a while since I used iMovie, I'll be quite honest. So I'm going to go down to where I want that clip to actually start. It looks like
the run mic.
I'm going to move it over here.
I'm actually showing you really quick.
Around the cursor right here, actually looks like there's some fade video. So you can actually move these little dots in, and that's going to be the actual fade to that new track. Now in programs like Final Cut or Adobe Premiere, you'd actually place a transition over it, but what iMovie does is it's actually giving you, it's already pre-built in, so you don't have your own other transitions. Like you could pick a general transition for all your themes, but like over here, but I don't think you can actually do a whole, oh, you can drop, no you can't, it's between clips, you can't do it on an actual segment. So I'm going to delete that there. So when you're overlaying clips like this, you actually have the transitions built in, and that's what it's called when you go from one clip to another. So in this case, you're going to see my audio track play, and then I'm going to go into that B-roll footage.
Buddy, this is Joe with MatsuXL, and I'm actually showing you really quick my streaming setup. I have my Nikon D5500, the Rode mic, unfortunately because it's not shielded.
And I realized I talk about this mic down more, so I'm going to actually move it over here. Now, one thing I don't see on here is, oh, here we go, speed editor. Perfect. That's cool. You can totally like drag it out.
Capture a video, my screen.
Okay, there it is. So check this out.
Audio and stuff. But this is my setup. How cool is that? This is Joe with MatsuXL, and I'm actually showing.
Now I just gotta figure out where I talk about that.
I use this blue mic.
Here it is. Here's the blue mic segment. So what I did, real quick, just so you can see, is I actually trimmed this footage. When I right-clicked and then hit on the speed editor, it was the same kind of idea where this transition, you gave this little cursor, you can move the transitions in for that fade. The speed editor allowed me then to now, little rabbit here is like speeding up, so watch how fast that clip goes.
Noise. So instead
and if I pull it out to extend it, it's going to start slowing it down. I did wish that I could get a more numerical value to do that, but at least I can really slow it down.
So instead I use this blue mic and I use OB.
Now what I'm going to also do is trim this clip just a little bit, because it's now, when you slow down footage, it becomes like it. Obviously, if you slow down a footage like to like 50%, 80%, your footage itself is going to become longer. So you're going to go from a 3-second clip to maybe like 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Just depends on how much you slow it down. So then I trim that footage and then find out where I want to place that B-roll. So in this case, I'm going to, hide my speeder, edit a cursor, and remove my footage here. So now you can see, again, that same video.
100. The Rode mic, unfortunately, because it's not shielded, you get a lot of noise. So instead, I use this blue mic, and I use OBS to help.
So did you see how that transition worked? So rather than, this would have been the original video.
Noise. So instead, I use this blue mic, and I use OBS to.
So I wanted to make it a little more fancy, just give it a little more flair. So I use that cut.
So instead, I use this blue mic, and I use OBS to help.
Just to give it a little bit of pop of flair. Especially like if you're doing a video like right now where I'm just talking to you regularly, you want to throw in B-roll in order to spice it up. Because talking head videos can get very boring, and if you're not engaging in some different way. So that's where, like, if you're doing makeup videos and stuff like that, like I would actually throw in some B-roll of you actually putting in the highlighter itself. Now you can do it different ways. You can set up your phone to record one side, another camera to record another, different angles, and cut those angles. Or this is another option where you could film that B-roll footage at a later time and just unbatch that footage and then just pop it in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this footage here. So here's my Nikon camera footage, right? Here's some B-roll. So I think I started talking about the camera here.
Streaming setup. I have my Nikon D5500.
Yep. So I'm going to actually do a couple things. I'm going to cut this video down. I am going to edit the speed so it's a little bit slower. And watch how it plays out. Awesome. Okay, I have my speed editor. I'm going to turn the volume, make sure that volume goes all the way down. Actually, cool. The speed editor actually turned the volume off completely. So that's even better. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to pop this over here because I think I started talking about the camera on this side. Yep. And now I'm going to do my transitions. Oops. Adjustments. So now.
The Rode mic. My streaming setup. I have my Nikon D5500.
Oh, don't shut off on me.
Mic, unfortunately, because it's not shielded, you get a lot of noise. My streaming setup. I have my Nikon D5500.
Put it right here.
I have my Nikon D5500. The Rode mic, unfortunately, because it's not shielded, you get a lot of noise. So instead, I use this blue mic. And I use
Now look at that footage. That difference of that footage.
Capture video, my screen, and also delay audio and stuff. But this is my setup. How cool is that?
Now, okay, I want to do a little intro video. I want to do a little bit of intro of a title. So I'm going to go into titles here. The difference thing now is, I'll just pick a random title. So I'm going to use this title here. The title itself gets laid out, and it's actually separate, just like if it was an overlay. And it'll play over. So this, I'm going to click on it. Should be able to just double click into it, and now I can type in a text, and then my streaming setup. I could play with the different fonts. I could do different justifications, change the colors. If I want to make it a little bit bold and whatnot. So again, here's the difference when you get into more. Let me move my video down here. When you get into some more higher end software, you could really full on move this to different locations. You could do overlay videos in small little segments, like on squares. So like if you ever watch like a YouTube and have little pop-up videos and pictures and stuff, you could do that there. iMovie seems kind of limited, but you know what? You can still make it work. So I'm gonna make this just a little bit shorter so it doesn't go too far into it. Now I'm gonna play it from the beginning and show you how it looks.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Joe with MatsuXL, and I'm actually showing you really quick.
That was weird. It like totally wanted to. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lower it just a shy bit. I'll put it in the center there. Let's try it
Hey,
again.
what's up everybody? This is Joe with MatsuXL, and I'm actually showing you really quick my streaming setup. I have my Nikon D5500, the Rode mic, unfortunately.
Move this over just a little bit, just so you can actually be pointing it.
D5500, the Rode mic, unfortunately.
Now it looks kind of choppy right now because it's still technically rendering, but that's a whole different story. Like rendering, basically what's doing is because you're taking your video, and once you do all these edits, the system itself has to actually process all those changes in order to render a high quality video. So sometimes your previews are going to look a little bit less quality, depending on the software you use or the hardware you have. But in this case, it just takes a minute, but then now it should be able to play just fine. Cool. So here we go. I'm going to do an end scene. So you can see how it looks with a different end video. Hey, what's up? Actually, let me cut this again because I'm going to show you how to cut and edit this out. So that's my streaming. I gotta look in the camera. I'm looking at this, not at the screen. So you want to make sure you're looking at wherever your camera is. So like on the phone here, here's where the camera is. If I look here, you're going to tell the eyes are looking away. So I need to look at this spot when I record it. And that's going to be it for my streaming setup. Hopefully you guys learned a lot, or you probably didn't learn anything because I just kind of showed it to you. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace. You're going to see my eyes shift. So at the end. Okay, so I recorded a video. Now I'm going to send it to my computer via AirDrop. It's actually transferring over right now. And it should be done. See a little notice. I'm receiving it. So I'm going to go. It's downloading. Done. So video literally just finished. So now I'm going to click it. Drag it over. And then now you can see here on this timeline that I have this part where I messed up.
Hey, what's up? Actually, let me cut this again.
See,
I'm
so I totally messed up.
So that's my streaming. I gotta look in the camera. I'm looking at this, not at the screen. So you want to make sure you're looking at wherever your camera is. So like on the phone here, here's where the camera is. If I look here, you're going to tell the eyes are looking away. So I need to look at this spot when I record it.
Okay, so I don't need all of that. So I'm just going to go right here to my playhead. And once I playhead, and actually you see how the icons change to the two arrows, I can now totally just slide it over and cut all this out. Then I'm just going to literally just come over here to where I wanted to start. Now, a good indicator for when you're recording or cutting video, look at the audio track. So see how it's very quiet and all of a sudden it picks up here. So usually when I record my videos, I give myself a count. I go 3, 2, and then I start. And I do that so then I could see those peaks and valleys where it's now time for me to cut and work. Because if I just keep talking and talking and talking and try to cut in the middle of it, I'm going to totally lose track. So I do that 3, 2 count. So then I know, okay, I got peak 1, peak 2. Now I got to cut from here or trim the video from there, and then that's my real footage. So now I'm going to just move this over to that part of it. Should be just a little bit over. And there we go.
And that's going to be it for my streaming setup. Hopefully you guys learned a lot.
See, there we go.
You probably didn't learn anything.
Working perfectly fine.
It to you, but hopefully you enjoyed it.
Now watch my eyes. Ready?
Like,
Ready?
Subscribe, comment, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.
See, my eyes shifted right at the end because I looked at my screen rather than the camera. See, like right now, I'm doing it because I'm looking at the actual my screen in the background, not directly at the camera. So, but that's exactly why when you're recording a video, especially like a self video, you want to look right where that lens is. Don't look away from it. It's really apparent to the viewers, and it's going to show the viewers sometimes that you're not paying attention.
Peace.
See, there it is. Look at that shift right there. Anyway, so this is an outro video. Now watch as I play this part.
My setup. How cool is that?
That's a hard cut. You could get away with it if you really want to, but if you have multiple different, like let's say if I was recording this and I had cut different segments of this video, that's a hard transition. It'll just jump. So what you can do here is like in iMovie transitions, this is where the ones that are not built in, and you can actually pick a good transition. So I'm just going to do this swap video. I think it's going to be kind of funny. Actually, I might do a dissolve. I'll do the dissolve. So I'm bringing this dissolve. I'm going to drag it over right in this little transition spot. If I click on it, I can actually make it last a little bit longer. And this is where I was saying that, really? That's dumb. This is where I was saying that I would prefer to be able to have the same opportunity to do a numerical transition. our speed bump transition here, but I can't. So now watch this transition now.
This is my setup. How cool is that? And that's going to be it for my streaming setup. Hopefully you guys learned a lot.
See how smooth that was, like butter.
How cool is that? And that's going to be it.
So if I could put a different kind, I could do this little like video swap. Or maybe I can't because it's not long enough. Okay, I'm assuming because it's not long enough of a clip. Or do I need to delete it first? Let's see. Yeah, I need to just delete it.
How cool is that? And that's going to be it for...
So there you go. You could totally just put different transitions there. So what I did is I put a transition at the beginning so it starts from black versus just going straight into it.
Showing you really quick my
For whatever reason, I guess I can't do more in 1 second. I think I need longer clips of video, but it's cool. You know what? It works.
Everybody, this is Joe with MatsuXL, and I'm actually showing you really quick my streaming setup. I have my Nikon D.
So again, look at that 30-second clip. Took me what, about maybe this is like 15-minute recording. Oh, it's about 20 minutes. 20 minutes of recording and editing at the same time in order to get this done. But now I can have this video and I'm ready to go.
This is my setup. How cool is that? And that's going to be it for my streaming setup.
See how it glitched? It didn't fully render, so that's why it's kind of glitchy. But once I actually put it out there.
But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.
Now maybe I want to put a social media handle or something there. I'm going to go back to my titles. I'm going to find little lower thirds here. Let's see how this looks. Actually, where's the transitions? I want this to fade to black again. So it fades out. I'm going to put this here. Follow me on Instagram. At MatsuXL. Okay. So now I add it to my video, so it's gonna look like this.
Showed it to you, but hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.
That's it. 36-second video. All right, now so that's in a nutshell some simple ways to edit and record, taking multiple clips, and putting it together. It's got a lot of it. Honestly, it's going to be trial and error, but over time you'll learn how to put these things together. Obviously, you know, if you're doing a talking head, like there's a bunch more effects you get until you start learning. But this is like a very basic intro. Like I could do a full like what's called Ken Burns, where I have the camera zoom into my face, and I could do multiple different cuts if I needed to. I usually say if you're going to go into that, start getting into a higher end software. So this Ken Burns effect is how it's going to zoom into my face at that point. And so you want to get harder into editing, you can do stuff like this.
You guys learned a lot, or you probably didn't learn anything because I just kind of showed it to you. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.
So there's a little different trick of the trade, but that's a lot more advanced stuff that for a lot of people, if you're just doing regular basic video, you don't need to get there yet. To be honest with you, by shooting just a straight talking head video like this and throwing in some B-roll here and there, you're already spicing up your video, and it's going to be hopefully keep more attention when someone's watching it. Just because it's going to be just rather than just a talking head on a regular, like you're just watching me right now, that B-roll footage over your regular footage is already going to kind of give a little bit of variety, and it's going to help keep a viewer. You can actually get heavy into editing at a later time, but really if you just want to put out a quick vlog or a quick like makeup tutorial, just small tricks like that, just doing a little bit of B-roll on top of just some quick editing, you shouldn't have any issues or problems to get it done. And hopefully through this software, which is a free accessible if you have an Apple computer, you should be able to get it done. You can also do it the same, very similar on an actual iPad or iPhone itself, but I'll probably go in a little more detail into that later. So hopefully you did enjoy this. Hopefully you did like this video. Now I want to spice it up. I'm going to put some music on it. Now if you're working, because this is trying to pull my iTunes, here's my couple of things I say. With iTunes Music, it's going to pull your DRM or digital rights management free audio files so you can play. But here's the problem. If you're posting this to like YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, it's going to flag for copyright infringement. And your video is going to get unposted, you might not get monetized or whatever the fact is. So in order to avoid that, there's a couple options you could do. Now, my favorite option is using YouTube as a creator, and I'm going to pull it up right now. So I'm going to pull up YouTube Studio. So here's my YouTube. This is in the YouTube Creator Studio or YouTube Studio app. Under Audio Library, you click on that and it opens up what YouTube has offered, or creators out there that are offering free music you can use, and some are just totally free, royalty free, license free, free to use for videos, and Instagram or YouTube or Facebook have no issues with. Or there are also some where you just have to give credit to the composer itself. So in this case, I'm going to find something upbeat. I could actually look by genres. I could look at like ambient, classical, country, rap. I could go by moods. I could go by the type of instrument that's being played, how long it is. So I'm just going to find something, honestly, just pick something right here. So let's find some, funky. I can sample it. Okay, so you know what? I'm just going to take it. Now, when I clicked on it, oops, it says right here, free use song, my video. Perfect. Okay, so I clicked download. It's going to my downloads folder, but the nice thing here is I can actually take, okay, I'm going to go to my downloads folder. I'm going to find that song. I'm going to bring it into here, and boom. Now I have that audio track. Now I want to show you something. You have to remember, if you are putting audio into your video, it's going to be really loud. It's going to overpower your vocals that you recorded. So now it's a utter mess. So usually what I say for audio is find your keep your audio tracks, if you normalize them or kept them high, take the background music and bring it down like a huge scotch, like 20%. What's up, everybody? This is Joe with MatsuXL, and I'm actually showing you really quick. That way, you're just like if you were listening to a band play, you want your vocals to be over the instrumentals. You don't want the instrumentals being too high and your vocals being too low, because then your vocals are going to get lost in the mix. You want them pulled up a little bit so you can really hear it and defined. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually taking the volume and lowering the volume to the audio, so that way the vocals are still the predominant audio track. I'm going to export this again so that way you actually see the end result, and then we'll be done. Okay, I think I'm done now. Don't want YouTube, don't want to go to a file. If I go to a file, I can send that to my phone and I can post it on Instagram. If I do it to YouTube, it would actually go to the direct. I can actually have a link directly to YouTube. You can also download it to a file and then, or export it to a file and then upload it to YouTube itself. If you want to do it that way you can really focus on writing the content and all that stuff. Right now, I'm just going to do a file. So I'm going to write to a file. It's going to give me an option, so I can change my title of it. Demo video editing process. And then I can put my description. I made a video. I want both audio video. I'm going to do 1080p because I'm using, actually I think I recorded in 4K, but I'm going to put it down to 1080p. So that way I get a little better quality. I want better quality on my compression. Now a lot of this stuff, you can really just leave it as it is, depending on your system. So what this is saying, it's going to, quality-wise, it's going to try to make the highest quality video. Medium low, so it's really like sometimes you may get noise or like fuzz or pixelation. Try to do the best, and I do better quality just so it looks better at the end of the day. And you can see here it's a 36-second video. It's a total of 674 megabytes roughly. Now I'm just going to do a little processing, and it's actually going to export this video. Where do I want to save it? Yeah, save it on my drive. It's fine. Okay. And now it's exporting. You can see here a little wheel. It's rolling. It's recording. What's up, everybody? This is Joe with MatsuXL, and I'm actually showing you really quick my streaming setup. I have my Nikon D5500. The Rode mic, unfortunately, because it's not shielded, you get a lot of noise. So instead, I use this blue mic, and I use OBS to help capture video, my screen, and also delay audio and stuff. But this is my setup. How cool is that?
And that's going to be it for my streaming setup. Hopefully you guys learned a lot, or you probably didn't learn anything because I just kind of showed it to you. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.
And that's going to wrap it up for us today. If you liked this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment below if you have additional questions or want to see more concepts visualized. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and you'll be alerted for new content when it drops right away. Otherwise, I'm Joe. You've been watching a MatsuXL, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.